Hey, Stephanie. Yeah, a quick note about the call we had this morning about ESS, the energy supply switch, and the concept of autophagy. Let me show you. See if this works. Yeah. All right. So this is the standard resources, the mastery resource platform where we have ESS making the energy supply switch, which means going from being basically sugar and insulin addicted to fat adapted, which means you're upping your ability to burn fats, and that's a part of the standard part of the 9 marathon program. We have this of course this module about it, and I just wanted to go here. Yes. All right, so we have this standard situation where most energy is coming from carbs, a bit of the energy is coming from the fats, and here is someone that's completely insulin dependent. I'm not saying diabetes or pre-diabetes, but normally insulin dependent, because to burn the sugars, you need to produce insulin, and because of the insulin, you can deliver the energy to the cells and everything. With ESS going through the energy supply switch, we are going from this first situation to a bit fewer energy from carbs and upping your ability to burn fats. And here you only need a small amount of carbs, and most of your energy is coming from fats. And this is the situation, the transition where autophagy comes, in mind, because autophagy is the stage where you're producing so many ketones, which means that you're not insulin dependent at all anymore, but you're using ketones as your main energy supply, which means your blood sugar goes down and your ketone level goes up. So it also means that you're not using insulin anymore. And this is where autophagy comes in place. This is not a part of our program. It's more of a medical thing, but it has to do also with our program, because the next step is that you define the stages of the level of glucose in your blood, which means you don't need so much insulin anymore, and the level of ketones that goes up. Both are measurable. You can measure them both with what I show you, little devices I'm using every day, because I want to, of course, prove everything. And with that device, I can measure with a little bit of blood my glucose levels and my ketones level. And now autophagy comes in the view when these levels are substantial. And glucose level is measured in it's millimole per liter, and that is around 100 in the USA. In Europe and the rest of the world, it is like 5, 6, 7. Those are the normal numbers. Let's take the 100. And the ketones are when you are not in fat burning. So when you're totally here, you don't have any ketones at all. But when you go in this direction, you're producing more and more ketones. You can say you are in ketosis already, what you can do with LCHF from our program, when you have 0.3 to 0.5, and that's what you measure with the little device. And let's say when you're in ketone, in the low carb ESS ketonic state, then you have a ketones level of like 1.5. If you divide the glucose level and the ketones, let's say you have 2 for ketones and you have glucoses of 100, you have 50. 100 divided by 2 is 50. And now here comes something very interesting. The autophagy is measured with this this split, and there are many doctors who, of course, who propagate that and who are explaining how healthy it is to get in that state. And one of them is a doctor I have also on the on Marlie's YouTube channel, which is Dr. Bosworth, and her YouTube name is Dr. Boss. And she explains, and you can find her videos, her YouTube videos on our channel. And she explains here the glucose divided by ketones. The autophagy is the stage where you have a split of around 80. And that means you are getting into autophagy, and that is the stage where you need to be to lose weight. And that's something else. You're not just losing weight calorie in, calorie out, but you have to do this process, getting into these stages. And I can, next time on the call, I can explain you more about this. When you go even lower, when you drop your glucose and it becomes like 80, and your ketones are like 2, then you have a ratio of 40. And then there is a solid chance of autophagy, which means the repair of your immune system, basically your cells, all the damaged parts in your cells are being removed. And if you even go under that, those are the modern therapies for treating all kind of diseases, what these doctors explain, even cancer, brain issues and things like that. So this is really something becoming very interesting. We follow it. Of course, we are not doctors, but we are following everything, and we put everything in our channel that's relevant to you, for you guys. Here, really down here, we have made a selection of interesting videos, lectures of doctors. Well, this Dr. Annette Bosworth, Dr. Stephen Finney, Gary Fatke, Professor Tim Noakes, of course. They are all, I mean, really impressive lectures. They're all lectures at universities, and very interesting for us to know. So maybe this is an introduction for you. So what we have in our program, ESS Explanation, well, this is what's underlying, and the stages and how deep you go are defined by what these doctors know with the parameters and the numbers and everything. So I hope I hope this clarifies a little bit for you. If you have any more questions, please let me know about autophagy, the stages, and we are not doctors, Melise and I, but we know a lot about it. We do everything ourselves. So if you have questions, I can always answer you how we are doing with it. And we have a lot of students who are following the same system.